Something was brewing. Something big. Something bad. Josh and his sidekicks could sense it coming, but they didn't quite know what was cooking yet. Until Sir Puss, Shrek and Ginger came running into the camp, screaming like little girls with hair on fire.
Help!
The fly is crawling. The sky is falling.
No!
Cried Sir Shrek, holding his hand in front of Puss and Ginger's mouths.
The 5 is coming.
Josh, James and Bond looked dumb.
Who on earth are the 5?
Asked Bond.
And where are they coming from?
Added James.
And why do you blokes look so scared about it?
Josh wanted to know. The 3 men from Gibeon sat down in Josh's tent, and after taking a few good breaths, Puss started to explain.
A story could change my life. A story could fill my dreams with light. Tell me a good true story. Please tell me a bedtime story.
There are 6 mighty kings here in the south of Canaan. Our king, Harold, is one of them.
Okay,
Josh encouraged him.
go on then.
Well,
Said Puss, looking tired.
our king made peace in Israel. The 5 kings decided that they will come together as one big bad army to war against us.
Sir Ginger sat up straight and said.
They will huff, and they will puff, and they will...
Shrek pulled Ginger back in his seat and said.
Yeah. Okay, we all know what happens next.
Then he turned to Josh.
But seriously, there is no way we can fight these guys alone.
Josh folded his arms as he asked.
And what do you want from us?
Sir Shrek looked shocked.
Your help, of course.
You made a promise, remember?
Puss reminded.
Yes,
Said Bond with an attitude.
but a promise only made because you guys lied to us.
It was quiet for a moment. And slowly, everyone turned their eyes on Joshua. They could see he was praying about this in his heart. And when he looked up, he simply said,
Okay guys, go tell your king we will come and fight for Gibeon.
when he saw James and Bond looking at him all funny, he added,
A promise is a promise, right?
From the thick, high wall around Gibeon, Prince Charming could see not one open patch of ground anywhere outside the city. There were only soldiers with catapults, spears, swords, shields, bows and arrows. Soldiers far and wide, all the way over the horizon.
What is taking them so long?
Asked the prince.
They should have been here already.
They sure are taking their time.
Said King Harold.
Do you think they will come?
Looking through binoculars, Lord Farquaad sounded sure of himself.
Fear not, your majesty. Joshua is a man of his word.
King Harold looked up at him from where he sat on his mobile throne.
What makes you so sure, Farquaad?
The royal advisor smiled and nodded.
He worships a good God, my king. He must be a good man.
Right that very moment, they heard trumpets blasting off in the distance. Jumping up from his throne, King Harold threw his arms in the air and shouted,
Israel's coming! We are saved!
But oi, the armies of the 5 kings of Canaan also heard these trumpets blasting. Prince Charming sniffed as he heard their commanders giving orders to form ranks.
They will never get through to help us, Daddy.
Whined Prince Charming.
We are doomed. Cheer up, Prince.
Said Lord Farquaad.
The God has done many wonders before. He can yet save us.
His words were not even cold when suddenly, kabam! The skies lit up with thunder all around them. Kabam! Kabam! Mighty bolts of lightning lit the sky, and that whole mighty army of the 5 kings got scared and confused. All the while, the trumpets of the army of Israel were coming closer and closer, and the army of the 5 kings grew more and more scared. Ka-clank! What was that? It sounded like someone hitting a big drum cymbal. One of the soldiers of the 5 kings looked down at the ice rock that clanked off his helmet onto the ground next to him.
I like that boulder.
He smiled.
It's a nice boulder.
Ka-clank! Ka-clank!
Oh no!
No!
shouted one of the 5 kings.
Hail is falling! Big balls of ice!
He held his shield over his head and screamed.
This is the part where we run away!
Sure enough, God rained down massive stones of hail on the army of the 5 kings. As they fled from Gibeon and the Israelites, thousands of them were knocked down and out by God's icy bullets.
Attack!
Shouted Josh. His armies followed after the 5 kings with all their might. They chased those thugs all over all day long. They were winning big time. But it was getting late. They were running out of daylight. And so came the big moment. The moment that Josh prayed something crazy, something major crazy. Stopping in the middle of that massive battle, Joshua looked up into the sky and said out loud,
God, we need more time. You brought all these kings together for us to beat them up all at once. But God, this day is just not long enough to finish this big battle good and proper. So please, let the sun and the moon stand still. Give us more time to fight these blokes. Please give us more time to beat them all up for good.
crazy, right? I mean, have you ever thought to ask God for something like that? To make the day or the night longer? To give you more time? Well, it happened exactly the way that Josh asked. The sun froze up in the sky, giving Israel a couple of more hours to finish their battle against the 5 kings. Those kings and their armies ran and ran and ran, but the day just wouldn't end.
How long have we been running, man?
I don't know. 9 hours?
Feels like 12, dude.
But look up. The sun is still standing at 2 o'clock.
I know, but how?
But God, that's how. When Josh prayed, God made time stand still.